This is cigarette paper.
What?
Cigarette paper. Sometimes people make make their own cigars, and they use this. It's June.
Hannah.
Pretty fragile stuff.
I can still see most of it.
Can you give a message on it?
After I leave the kids.
Oh, it's not anymore.
Oh, there are more. There's 24.
Oh, okay. He'll bring it back.
Oh, he does?
They all.
I already gave you guys one. Sorry. These are maxims on this cigarette paper.
Oh.
Will you tell us what a maxim is?
I was just about to.
Oh, good.
A maxim is something you should do every day, and it should be a hobby. That's how you should live your life.
Okay, no more giggling.
I would tell you the life and death about Saint Nectarios. In Turkey, which is in Greece, there lived a man and a woman named Demos and Maria, the parents of Saint Nectarios. They had 7 children, and when the third one was born, they baptized him and named him Anastasios. He was born in 1846. He lived a peaceful life growing up, and he did not play childish games. His brothers wondered at his wisdom, and he also struggled with reading and writing in school. He was sent away to study at the age of 14, and because he had no money, he begged the sailor to let him go on the boat, but the sailor said no. Because of Anastasios' faith, God did not let the ship to move. So the sailor let Anastasios get onto the ship, and then the ship started moving, and they shortly arrived in Constantinople. When he arrived there, his job was a tobacco seller, and he wrote maxims on the paper, and the people read it and were interested in them. Because he didn't have enough food and clothes, he wrote a letter to Jesus about his problems. When he was going to the post office to deliver it to the mailman thing, a rich man who also worked with him at the tobacco shop offered to take it, and he read what it said on the front, and it said, "To our Lord Jesus Christ." So he opened it and read it, and he saw what it said. So then he bought Anastasios clothes and food, and mailed them to him. The next day, when he went to the tobacco shop to sell tobacco, the boss of the tobacco shop thought that he had stolen money and beat him up. But quickly the rich man told the boss what he had done, and the boss stopped. Later, Anastasios became a monk, and he was given the name Nectarios. Then he was ordained a priest, then later a bishop. He was also principal of a school in Athens. When a janitor was sick, Nectarios cleaned the school, and showing it's good to work and not to be slothful. Once 4 students had fought and were sent Bishop Nectarios Bishop Nectarios said, "I will not punish you, but I will not eat, and I will pray for you for 3 days." And this made the boys feel bad, and they made peace with each other. Bishop Nectarios retired and built a monastery where nuns could live. Here is a miracle that St. Nectarios did on earth. Once there was a terrible drought on the earth, and it really needed water. People went to St. Nectarios, and St. Nectarios prayed, and soon it rained for several days. Once a fisherman couldn't catch any large fish, and the family always went to bed hungry, and soon the fisherman went to Bishop Nectarios, and Bishop Nectarios prayed for the fish and God and the family, and he put the sign of the cross on the net, and the next day the fisherman caught a lot of fish, and he gave some of the big ones to St. Nectarios. A miracle that St. Nectarios did when he died. After being in the hospital with cancer for a few days, a nun took a sweater that he was wearing and put it on a neighbor's feet who was paralyzed since birth, and he immediately got healed and stood up. And he's commemorated on November 9th, and he reposed in 1920. The end.
Jonah, don't walk away. Stay up there because we have questions.
Oh, you do?
And I want you to tell us
I thought
what
you said do that at the end.
of your presentation.
Of each
Oh.
presentation,
Oh.
First, can you explain what's on the table there?
Oh, this is tobacco. It's
Ah.
Turkish wood blend.
Are you gonna slide a pipe?
No, I don't have
Not in the
lighter.
church.
Not in the chair.
And this is, I think all of you can know, this is a pipe. It's like the ones they had back in the old days.
And why is it there?
Because my dad thought it was unique, and I thought it was unique also that he worked in a tobacco shop, and smoking isn't that good. But he used it in a good way by writing maxims on the paper.
So you can call on people with their hands up.
Oh, they do? Okay, Noah.
Do we know what school he cleaned for in place of the janitor?
No, I don't know the name. Gracie,
What does it post?
like when he fell asleep and died. Yes.
What is in the hospital?
Oh, St. Nectarios, when he died, when he put the other cloth robe thing on the other patient's feet.
He didn't put it on them.
Oh, well, the nun did, when he had died. Yes, Magistrate Anderson?
So he had cancer, that's how he died?
Yeah.
Cancer in 1920?
Ethan,
Do you know the name of
the patient?
Yeah.
No. Wait, do you mean he was paralyzed? No, I don't know. Any other questions?
All right, great job. Thank you, Jonah.
Thank you.